Welcome to Authentic with Brazil 201. I'm your host, Brazil 201, and today's episode is all about the Max show, The Pitt. Now, The Pitt is the best hospital drama show to ever come out, and I loved House, and I still watch Grey's Anatomy, even though Grey's Anatomy is god-awful now. Well, what do you expect? Meredith Grey is rarely on the show anymore, and when you lose the key person to the show just doesn't work. As with Gibbs on NCIS, well, SVU still has Olivia Benson, but can you imagine 24 without Jack Bauer? This is the same thing. So for people to understand, The Pit is filmed in the 24-hour format, which means everything is in real time. And we are currently on episode 11, just finished. So we are about to be in hour 12 of a 15-hour ER shift. And I understand a lot of people don't know. They think the show is not ER. The show is not Grey's Anatomy. This is probably the most graphic hospital drama show ever. And for those who don't know, episode 11 had a childbirth episode, and I have never seen what a childbirth looks like, and I am like, wow. And we've seen what a miscarriage looks like. Everything the show has done, it has earned. So the show begins. We are on our 4th anniversary of our hero, oh my god, Robbie, who is about to, who is heading the pit, the ER. And it's the 4th anniversary of his best friend dying due to COVID, right? And we keep getting flashbacks of the COVID hospitals, right? Of how like the hospitals looked during that March, April 2020 period, how everyone just kept dying and the mental breakdown that we saw. And we meet all of our new recruits. Just imagine like season 1 of Grey's, but everyone's kind of like in year 2, year 3. And things have just been insane that has happened. We meet the cases that happen, and these are real cases. So everything is not like a week later, like in Grey's Anatomy, right? We meet a 4-year-old who ate too much of her father's weed gummies, and how social services have to talk to people when things like this happen. We have a mother who put herself in the hospital so that her son would take her to the hospital because she thinks her son is a potential school shooter or whatever, because he has a list and he has, very incel vibes. And obviously at the end of episode 11, we find out that Pit Fest, which is like an EZU type situation, there's an active shooter, and Robbie's surrogate son is there with his girlfriend. And, the entire show, because it's week to week, has been implied like, oh, we're going to get a mass shooting episode. And with the way how visual and graphic the show is, even I'm like, "Oh, man, I don't know if I wanna watch episode 12 when it comes out on Thursday," because this is gonna be like a mass shooter. We're gonna see people with their limbs cut off, holes in their head, and if that childbirth episode was a warning, the mass shooting episode is gonna, like, break people. And I hope, Robbie Surrogate's son's not there, and I understand if the mass shooting is the mass shooter is the kid from, the beginning of the season, full payoff. And it sucks that we're like, "Wow, full payoff," because of the mass shooter and all the entire situation, but we're gonna see how, I guess, hospitals do have a mass shooter/terrorism type protocol, which makes sense. This is America. It's something that happens, and no matter what, it's something that will always happen, and I think people just have to accept that. And I know it's fucked up to say that, but it is. But some of the episodes have been crazy. We have one where a poor 18-year-old kid who goes to Pittsburgh University tried some Xanax with fentanyl. He went brain dead, but the girl he was fucking just was fine with Narcan, right? And you just kind of see the parents break down that their 19-year-old kid is dead. We have another one with like elderly children who are like 40, and their dad had a DNR who he was like in the 80s, and their whole, they didn't want him to go, but they had to let him go because he was just never going to wake up as well. We have a weird culty storyline with like a woman who's clearly controls a lot of younger women and is like, I guess it's implying that she's pimping them out. And she got pregnant but not pregnant, and like, there's a lot of weird things going on. That storyline really didn't go anywhere. We have an ambulance that gets stolen by 2 frat boys, and that is about 2 hours. Then we have a storyline where, um, one kid is about to get an abortion, and her aunt is pretending to be her mother because it's the aunt is pro-choice, and the mother isn't, and then we spend 3 hours, 3 episodes about trying to convince the mother to finally allow, the abortion to happen. We have another one where an influencer is using some cream from, like, Africa, and it gives her an infection, and then wow, one woman, her husband has been, like, abusing the shit out of her child, and Santos is able to figure it out and threatens her that if you keep doing this, you will never have a working dick again, and you better stop and not communicate with your child and all this other shit. I gotta say, The Pit has earned everything that it's done. It's been full payoff, and I really hope season 2 is this hour-to-hour format because I think this works really well. And unlike in 24, look, I love Jack Bauer, but we've seen our boy Robbie go to the bathroom 3 times so far in 11 episodes. Seems realistic, okay? I love it. Okay? I think it's great. The Pit is one of the best shows of the year, while Paradise episode 7 is the best episode of television this year and probably one of the better episodes in the last decade, like top 4. The Pit is listen, I love White Lotus, and I love my messy whites, and I love the girl who plays Piper. Like, listen, I love a sad white girl with great eyebrows. That's always been my type. But The Pit right now, unless Last of Us and The Bear season 4, and look, I understand Severance right now is a great show, but The Pit has been more rewarding than Severance. And obviously, I'm not going to spoil Severance here. We only have 1 episode left, and it's hard to judge because it's the second season versus the first season. But like, I am more. I mean, what has really happened? No spoilers of Severance. I'm not going to do anything with Severance. But The Pit, listen, we're gonna get 3 hours of mass shooting victims, and it's gonna break Robbie, and I hope season 2, if this show's just gonna be Dr. Robbie and the nurses with a rotating cast of residents, I think this is a format that could work. But I really like the autistic doctor, Dr. King. I think she's adorable. Dr. Langdon got fired because he does drugs, and Dr. Santos is a crazy person. And there's another doctor who has an ankle monitor. Uh, fuck, what the fuck is it? Dr. McKay, who, you know, likes to, I guess, like, beat up the stepmom or whatever. Whole thing. Watch The Pit. It's fantastic.